there's been a lot going on in the world of sports. All right. There's been a lot going on in the world of sports, man. But the main thing I'm going to talk about was Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, first day on First Take with Stephen A. Smith, and he looked a little nervous. I'm rooting for Shannon Sharpe. Okay, and I'm also going to talk briefly about look at what Colorado did. Now I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to college football, I have not been paying that much attention to it. I used to be a big college basketball fan back in the days. Also, that's when the athletes stayed longer in college, but then most of them go to the NBA after 1 year. So I kind of stopped watching college basketball. I mean, I still watch college basketball, but I don't watch it like I used to, and I don't watch college football like I used to. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: the fact that Deion Sanders, prime time, Coach Prime, is the head coach of Colorado. Man, that game was crazy on Saturday. That game was crazy. I mean, back and forth scoring against TCU. Remember, TCU was in the championship game last year. Yes, they lost some people. They lost a quarterback. I think only 3 or 4 starters are returning this year. But the point is, they were ranked number 17, and Colorado reigning there. And Shedeur Sanders, wow, I can't say enough. Travis, Dylan, oh my gosh, these boys can play, and Coach Prime can coach. Man, look, I grew up in Miami, so I grew up being a UM fan, okay, for sure. Then I went to FIU, and FIU eventually got a football team. So I got to go with my alma mater first. So when it comes to FIU or UM, those are my teams. So with that being said, Colorado, because Coach Prime is there and because it looks exciting to watch, I'm not gonna say Colorado is one of my teams, but I'm gonna be rooting for them. I'm gonna try to watch them as much as possible, right? But anyway, let's talk about Shannon Sharpe. So Shannon Sharpe first day on First Take was today, and it looked nice suit, whatever, looking fly, and then out of nowhere, Molly asked a question. And remember, on Undisputed, Shannon Sharpe used to say, skip, listen, skip this, skip that for 7 years or so. So, of course, sometimes it's hard to get out of that pattern. So off the gate, Molly asked a question. And as Shannon Sharpe was talking to Stephen A. Smith, look, I almost called him Skip too. When Shannon Sharpe was talking to Stephen A. Smith, he called him Skip. He goes, "Yeah, Skip," and then you could tell Shannon Sharpe felt embarrassed, almost like sad, almost, almost like sad. Deep down, I don't think Shannon Sharpe wanted to leave Undisputed. Why? I mean, it was going great. Him and Skip worked well together, but let's face it, I'm a Skip Bayless fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm also a Shannon Sharpe fan, but some of the stuff Skip told Shannon was disrespectful, straight up. Not just recently with the I forgot the football player, who passed out, for the Bills, but he's been disrespectful even years before that to Shannon. And Shannon has always been a true professional, very true professional. So that's what I respect about him. And I am definitely rooting for Shannon Sharpe. I don't want him to fail with this. I want him to strive. I think he's great. I used to watch him as a football player. He was a heck of a tight end, for the Broncos and the Ravens. And, and I really wish him the best. On the flip side, you have, Skip Bayless, the new Undisputed, with that little Wayne new song, intro song, fire. But then he has a dream team. Skip has a dream team, which is Sherman, Michael Irvin, and Keyshawn Johnson, which I used to watch all them guys. Yes, I'm old enough to have watched Michael Irvin play for the Cowboys. That's when I actually used to like the Cowboys. Don't get me wrong. I've always been a Miami Dolphin fan now, but actually used to like the Cowboys because Jimmy Johnson, ex-UM head coach, used to coach Jimmy Johnson. But I stopped watching the Cowboys when Jerry Jones fired Jimmy Johnson and put in his boy Barry Switzer. Even though they won again, that's when I stopped being the Cowboys. That's when I stopped liking the Cowboys because I didn't like when he did that. You know, that was not cool. But anyway, I just wanted to briefly talk about that right quick. So Shannon Sharpe, keep your head up, man. You know, I got your back. We all have your back. You're gonna do fine. And also, I wish Skip the best also, okay? Let me know your comments below.